Do you know what BRL stands for? It's the Boston Red Line. In 1938, the federal government issued a residential security map of Boston. Neighborhoods were graded from A to D, and many Black, Jewish, Hispanic, and immigrant communities were outlined in red and labeled hazardous. BRL88 commemorates the 88th anniversary of Boston's Redline map. But more than remembrance, it's a movement. We examine how redlining, urban renewal, and development policies shape Boston's minority neighborhoods and how those communities continue to organize, build, and resist displacement. To kick off the series, we had a Redline Narratives podcast to commemorate People Before Highways Day. BRL founder Marlon Solomon was joined by Gregory Ball from Embrace Boston, and they discussed how highway planning and urban renewal displaced communities, and how storytelling and tourism can become pathways for economic access and reinvestment in underserved communities. Up next, we had our Redline Narratives documentary screening and tour at the Dillaway Thomas House. Attendees had the opportunity to learn about one of the surviving anchors that links Boston directly to the Revolution. The property has been carefully restored by the Commonwealth as a museum, home to the Roxbury Historical Society. They also watched a screening of the award-winning documentary Redline Narratives, The Lost Cultural Hubs of Boston. On February 8th, we had our new Guinea Joy Tour. This immersive tour from North End's historic New Guinea settlement to Joy Street in Beacon Hill revealed how redlining, displacement, and urban renewal shaped the city, and how communities continue to reclaim and restore their spaces. Participants also received a private tour of the Museum of African American History. We learned about how much the neighborhood has changed after 1950. 2 decades of urban renewal led to the clearing of more than half of the neighborhood and reinvention into its modern form. Next up, we had our volunteer appreciation event. After a screening of our Redline Narratives documentary, we took a moment to thank our BRL88 volunteers and highlight ways that people can get involved in future projects, tours, and events. We then had a live panel conversation on how volunteers can help tell our stories in a truthful and powerful way. On February 14th, we had Once Upon a Time in Nubian Square, where we uncovered stories of cultural brilliance, urban renewal, and the resilience that continues to define Roxbury today. From jazz clubs to trolley lines, from the elevated Orange Line to the historic Boston Neck, each was significant in shaping Roxbury's identity. Roadmap to a Beloved Community tour and workshop continued the BRL88 journey as we explored the intertwined histories of African American and Jewish American communities who shaped Boston's social, cultural, and moral fabric. All roads lead to the Prepare and Repair Symposium in Hyde Park. This powerful community gathering focused on healing, collaboration, and collective impact. We started our day with a community healing session featuring sound healing, guided meditation, and acupuncture. Afterwards, we had a powerful gathering of nonprofits, advocates, and community leaders to explore how unity and cooperative leadership can heal the social, economic, and cultural fractures of our city. So what's next? Boston 250. 2026 this summer.
Boston 250 coming down the lane. We have a lot of opportunities for our organizations in the city of Boston that deal with African American history, and we can't stop now. We have to keep the funding going, and we need your support to do it. Working with the Embrace, a lot of organizations in the Boston area, we realize one thing. African American history is under attack, and we need your support to keep it strong. As far as we know, The Afrimerican Academy is the only organization that primarily teaches African American history to young people. And we are facing challenges. But it's not just us. The Museum of African American History, the West End Museum, a lot of the organizations that deal with history are suffering. So we need your support this year and moving forward to keep this history alive. We've got tours, we've got workshops, we've got documentary screenings. You name it, we've got it in terms of African American history and infrastructure history of Boston. On that note, I would like to say thank you for your support this Black History Month. We have more work to do with youth-led tours and other programming that we have planned for the rest of this year. So make sure you support your local nonprofits, your community-based organizations, because they're the ones doing the real work. Thank you. Stay blessed.